is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and today we are diving into two areas where many of us are the most vulnerable: social media and passwords.
Dr. Jess Ghilani has some great tips that we can start using right now so that we can stay safer online. And Jess, I just want to say this is an annoying task, as you know.
Yes.
But it is something that right now is more imperative than ever.
It is. It's so annoying because almost all of it involves taking away some convenience or adding an extra step. And because cybercrime is becoming so much more sophisticated, we have to do it.
Well, we've also heard on the other side that getting these problems resolved is not that easy.
Yes.
And so when you're on the other side of it, there's sometimes nowhere to turn. You can't just call your local police department and say, I've been hacked.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah, so many of the tech companies have automated a lot of their response teams when you are hacked, so you don't even get a human. It's very difficult to actually talk to a person to resolve any kinds of issues that you have. Thankfully, banks have not quite gone that route yet.
Sure.
But social media is, very leaning into AI.
Right. Absolutely. Now, I just, like I said, it can be daunting to protect yourself online, but there are easy, small ways that we can do it.
Yes.
Where do you think we should start?
So we always, at least I am always getting notifications of my data having been breached. So one of the things that you can do is put a freeze on your credit accounts with the major credit bureaus, and that will make it harder for the people who have compromised your data to actually make use of it. In addition to that, you should, of course, always have unique and difficult to guess passwords. And I know that is a constant source of stress. You can use a password manager to try to keep it organized, but if you regularly have to type it into devices that are not, this is my device that you confirm, that might be a situation where instead you want to use a complex phrase. So phrases are way harder to guess than a word, for example.
Well, and I had a friend who had their Gmail compromised, and because their Gmail was compromised and they had saved all of their passwords because they make it so easy. Would you like Google to remember your password?
You're like, I sure do.
Yes, make it easier for me. But it
Yeah.
also makes it easier on the other side for people who are trying to steal your information.
Absolutely. One of the things that stood out to me about the Amazon Web Services outage last week is the risks of having such a consolidated tech environment. So the fact that, if you are a Google person who uses Chrome and uses their password manager and uses Gmail, suddenly if that's compromised, all of the related products that you use that are Google are compromised too.
Right.
Okay, so especially when we're using a browser and it says, do you want us to save your password? You should say never.
Well, I don't know if I would go that far. If there is a password manager that's integrated into it, you can do that. iOS has a password manager on Apple devices, so if you're an Apple device person, you can use that. But in general, a better thing to do would be to use one of the, to use multi-factor authentication, which is that second step where you get a code, and use an authenticator app. So authenticator apps are
like the two-step verification kind of thing? Okay.
Rather than getting it texted to you, because if your device is already compromised, that's not going to really help if they get to it before you do when you confirm your identity. The authenticator app will send like a push notification or give you a unique code, and then you can use that.
I know we also wanted to talk a little bit about oversharing on social media, because this is another way that people who are looking to take information can easily get it. We don't even realize it.
Yeah, the phenomenon's called social engineering, and we have all of these venues through which to share and celebrate wonderful milestones, like our anniversaries, for example. What I would recommend there is not that we have to stop sharing entirely, because we still want to have joy in social media, but to make sure that the security questions that you use to confirm your identity are not things that you are readily making available in social media environments, whether public or private, because you just don't really know if, your aunt's account has been hacked by someone who's looking for information about the friends of your aunt.
That makes so much sense, because it's always like, where did you graduate from high school? What was your first car?
What's the name of the block you grew up on, or your street?
So simple.
Don't make those readily available, or don't use them as your security questions.
Interesting.
Okay, so, and definitely not asking for me. We should not be storing this kind of info in your notes app.
I think it's really hard not to.
I like how she just smiled at you.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Kel.
We shouldn't, but we also are human. Our brains only have so much bandwidth to remember things.
Yeah. Right.
I know I have trouble remembering phone numbers because I don't have to.
Right.
Every single day.
Maybe write it down in a notebook that's like physical media.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Jess offers commentary on both tech and culture on our Instagram stories and Substack newsletter. We'll link you up on our website, kdcave.com/talkpittsburgh, and we'll be right back.